I'm back. I believe I've skipped 2 weeks of recording this stuff. First recording was on week 2 of my current training cycle, and I've just finished week 4. The idea was to record it midweek, but there have been so many things happening, it's just insane. So I just came back from Canada, so it's 29th of July. I should have come back on Monday. Then I accidentally booked flights a bit late. And then my flight got delayed. So my flight got delayed on way to Canada, my connecting flight, not the original flight from UK. And then my connecting flight to UK back, that got delayed, and I got changed to different flight completely. I was flying to Heathrow instead of Manchester, which is a long drive for me. And I also was downgraded to sit in economy seats, which is extremely uncomfortable when you are so overweight as myself. So, long story short, travel was fun, challenging as hell. But this is where my training comes in handy, because it's not taxing mentally. What I mean by that, it's not glycolytic based, which zaps you out usually, which is just bodybuilding style training. That's glycolytic style training, where you do high volume, high reps, high intensity, frequency, everything combined. Basically bash yourself inside out and try to survive in a pursuit of looking better. And truth be told, I don't want to get any bigger. I don't want to look in a certain way. I want to perform good. So I've just finished the 4th week of my training block, which is going to last at least 10 weeks. So 6 more weeks to go. And I feel amazing, just because my focus is on practicing movement, which is neurologically taxing kind of task. But thanks to David Herrera and his choline-based supplement, I feel amazing just recovering from day to day. And I have no issues, actually still progressing even when I was thrown about with these flights. So it was literally 4 or 5 days missed of training, but truth be told, I just planned my training sessions so I can do them anywhere. And I was doing them in Canada, and I walked into a gym, literally the most amazing gym I have been so far, and I have been in many, many, many places. And I didn't touch any of that equipment because I was just doing my stuff. You know, I'm not like, hey, I got this opportunity and whatnot. It's to me, it's just a gym, but my goal is always to focus on my goal, performance, and improving what I am focusing on at the moment, which is efficiency of movement and recovery between sets. So being so big, being so overweight, being so kind of purposely trained to be inefficient, that's what hypertrophy training is. Swapping it for something that makes me more capable of doing stuff longer for kind of more precise outcome, rather than I just want to look in a certain way. My goal is to, hey, I want to deadlift 300 kilos, I want to squat 300 kilos, bench 210, 220. Bench doesn't really matter to me. I just want to regain some kind of strengths that I had when I was competing in powerlifting. And after that, get back in hypertrophy training when I can really exhaust myself and have like a 2-3 hour nap after training. I can't do that now. It's challenging, it's taxing. These last 3 weeks, I've gone through everything without that. And now coming back from Canada, today I literally had to go and lie down for like an hour or so, just because I'm still messed up as regards on how much I sleep and whatnot. And I needed that extra recovery just to kind of reset my brain. It's now evening and I'm wide awake. But I'm not going to try to change my body clock because I got a seminar next week again. And I got a book in front of me, which is going to be interesting. So we're going to learn about cleansing ourselves. And truth be told, it's funny because as someone who has done medical research and someone who... My medical research was never published because it was like, I never found anything meaningful to publish. But when I look through this and there is not a single reference to any medical study, I'm like, okay, I'll read this. But truth be told, this is to me like an anecdote. And this is where you need to be open-minded. I'm going to do all these things. All this year is just about personal development, personal improvement in unwrapping my brain. That being said, I'm not taking everything that's been told to me as a gospel, that this is the only way. It's never the thing. But yeah, so every single month I'm doing one seminar. This is why I am training the way I do, because training the way I do preserves my ability to think, because I'm not getting to the point where I get like a brain fog, because I'm so depleted of glycogen that I just can't think straight. And truth be told, if you have read some basics of physiology, our brain can only function on glucose. Even if you don't eat any carbs, your body will convert triglycerides and nitrogen, protein, into glucose, so it can be absorbed by brain and you can actually function well. So moving forward from this week, I think I will get some meldonium in me, 100%, watching how David Herrera can go through workouts without stopping and then do some random run around afterwards for like 5K. I think I need to utilize the tool. Meldonium is widely available from country where I come from Latvia. That's where it was developed. And obviously, if you're in the States, you should be quite easy for you to get it. Everywhere in Europe is a bit harder because of all this Russia nonsense. And I have access to meldonium. Probably going to do 1,000 mgs a day, just because I'm larger than life, and see where it goes. I'm definitely thinking about improving my fitness to the point where I can train longer when the time will come, because at the moment my focus is on just being efficient and learning movement, and after these 10 weeks are up, I will reassess where I'm at, how much time I've got in my hands, what can I do with everything that I have available, which means how can I feed myself, how can I rest, how hard and often can I train, and then I'll just everything based on that. Supplement wise, I most likely will be running some TRT and nothing else really, because I just don't want to, this is going to sound stupid, but don't want to get too big. Truth be told, I have done this so many years. It's extremely easy for me to manipulate body weight. I know exactly what to expect. I know exactly what to do. I know exactly when to do it and how often to do it. If I want to get bigger, smaller, leaner, fatter, it just literally, for me, it's just like second nature. I just flip a switch. Okay, I need to get leaner now. I'm going to cut out all the garbage out of my diet. I'm not going to cry about not being able to eat, because it's just fucking food. We are always going to get the food. We are not in 1978 anymore. We are 2022. And people who are obsessed about crying about that, I'm missing out meals with my friends. Well, you didn't go on those meals before you started diet. And what are you really crying about now? So yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, I'm going all over the place, but let's just give a summary of Canada. Canada was amazing. Epic experience. Definitely much nicer than I was expecting it to be. I loved the fact that it's very similar to like Australia. You go everywhere is green stuff. Even like in cities, there are a lot of trees and something you don't see as much in UK. You'll see your pavements and whatnot, but it's more like in industrial stuff. And Canada was green, very green. Truth be told, I wasn't in the main cities that much. But even that had some trees, and then as soon as you get out of the city, it's just phenomenal scenes, and I like that. I probably would never be able to live in a city, to be honest. And the place we went to, the gym itself, was just epic. Huge, every single machine you can imagine, and you can't even imagine that exists, is there. And obviously, hell of a lot of phenomenal physiques. Like, I thought where I train, guys are in good shape, but that place is just next level. Like, guys, girls, the approach to training, approach to nutrition, interactions, everyone's really friendly and whatnot, everyone's really supportive, and just phenomenal place to be. I believe, from what I've heard, that a lot of people move down there just to train in the gym, which is cool. And definitely a testament to how amazing gym actually is. Big Mike, I think I got a bit of starstruck. I should have taken a photo with him, but I never did. I got a bit of shyness of me, and he took us for a meal afterwards for big ass steak. That was really nice, and I love my steak. I love my beef, and that was probably the best steak I've had so far. And I have been to really nice places, and that travel ended up in one of the most amazing houses I've had visited, which is owned by one of my friends. He actually designed it himself, and I remember one meal we went with him was in a really posh Italian restaurant and whatnot, and that meal was really nice. But steak in Canada was next level. Yeah, it's phenomenal. So yeah, last day I spent actually celebrating my friend's wife's grandmother's birthday. So, but she's 91 and she had so much energy. We had so much fun, to be honest. We had a lot of conversations about how physically active she was when she was younger, and she was still running around, like looking after her grandkids and whatnot, which is cool to see. You know, at 91, you don't expect person to move anymore. She was going all over the place. She was like looking after people, looking after kids, and this and that. So it was great to see how physical activity in younger age and all through adulthood has literally made her to be so physically well at such a ripe age and still be physically present. You know, a lot of people, when they get old, they just can't think straight. But there was so much clarity talking to this woman, and like I said, I genuinely enjoyed sitting down there and just talking to her, which was cool. And the house was in the middle of nowhere as well. Extremely modern house, definitely one of the most advanced houses I have had pleasure to be in, even when compared to all these posh hotels and whatnot. The house definitely blew out of the water everything I've ever experienced before. And at the same time, it was in the middle of wilderness. Literally, you could go and get lost in forest afterwards. So way back, something weird I have noticed. Every time I travel, my stomach just does not agree with me. Every time I come back to UK, whatever I eat, even if it's just the same food what I had eaten in a different country, just doesn't sit well with me. My stomach just don't want to play ball. And so it takes me a few days just to get used to UK food again. And truth be told, so I've been home since Wednesday. It's Friday now, Saturday tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow I can eat something without getting bloated like a balloon. And that's another thing what I noticed when I first came to UK in 2009. That food here is just not nice, but you kind of get used to it. And at the same time, it's interesting that you go to some like advanced country as our States and you eat something there and it still doesn't cause any issues with digestion. And then you come back to UK and it's all over the place. Even though America is not supposedly the best for food in terms of following up to all the quality regulations that we have in like UK. But for whatever reason, I feel better there than I feel in UK. So I'm not even sure that what I'm gonna kind of reflect on from here, but I got another seminar next week, which is like 5 days of cleansing and ice bath and all kind of weird stuff. Look actually forward to that. I'm not sure what I can learn from there, but I will be open-minded and I will go in with the goal of learning something new as always. And that's the main thing. We kind of forget to not only be present in something that we learn, but actually apply it afterwards. So everything I learn now, I try to sit down afterwards and refresh. Hey, you know what? You did 4 or 5 days learning this extremely sophisticated tool. Do you even apply it afterwards? Because truth be told, I have been to so many seminars before in my life where I don't even remember them. I couldn't even name all of them. I would have to look like that, like, oh, I've been to this as well. Yeah, I don't even remember anymore. Because they were just wasting my time. Where I was going because I thought I have to, whereas now I go because I want to. I sit through all these, and my goal is definitely next year to do them all live, because majority of them are doing virtually at moment, which is not the same, definitely. And next year, so we'll probably plan to go to Fiji, do the same stuff that I'm going to do virtually next week, but just do it live. And that's going to be a completely different experience, which leads me to fact that Broderick is going to come down to UK in September. We're going to do live seminar in Leodis Gym in Leeds. That's going to be probably second week or third week of September, week before Arnold Classic. And we're going to do completely different things than what he has done so far. So we're going to do a practical as well, which is going to be taking people through training, really emphasizing the difference between someone getting a training plan and do 2 sets of something, and then actually taking you through those 2 sets the way we mean you should be going through them, which is like day to night. And I have experienced myself firsthand that getting advice from someone and then being in live presence with that person, even when you kind of hear and learn same stuff, if you are there, you experience completely different emotions, you experience completely different kind of physiological changes when you practice it there and then with someone who is kind of mastered what you're trying to learn. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm really, really excited about it, and we're going to put it all together, start talking about it within next couple days. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And on that note, I'm pretty much, that's it from my side. If you got any questions, let me know. But my nutrition is extremely simple. I'm hovering around 110 kilos, 112 kilos at the moment. I'm not trying to get any bigger because that kind of takes away from what I'm trying to do in a gym. My food is that simple. And it's not the same every single day, but I will get to a point where I'm going to start doing same stuff every single day so I can monitor what actually happens and try to have as little things changing as I physically can do, because that's the only way how I can make solid progress and kind of find my blind spots, what can be done better. At the moment, the goal is to just keep getting stronger, keep getting fitter, which is predominantly just nailing my movements. Once that's done, when I feel like I recover really quick and whatnot, I can add another stressor like set rigid diet. I will add that. And after that, I'll kind of look into, hey, what else can be done? You know, can we do some HRT, high level and whatnot? At the moment, there is really no need. I need just little tiny amount to recover well. And also keep my mental clarity, which choline supplement really help. Kaioken or CEO by Dave Herrera's brand is extremely helpful. And everything else is still kind of put on the shelf and will be used as need arises. Because at the moment, only few tools are needed to get me through my training sessions, get me through my job, get me through doing all these travels. And when I feel like, hey, I'm ready to push really hard now, my fitness levels are high enough for me to add something else without actually damaging my ability to improve, then we're going to add way more tools and it's going to become way more complicated. Now, keeping it stupid simple and enjoying the process and enjoying the results. And on that note, that's it for me. I'm actually moving out, so most of my trophies have gone now. By this time next week, I should be in a completely different place. So that's exciting as well. And that's it, folks. If you got any questions, drop me a line. I'm only doing these to keep everyone up to date. And truth be told, we have a lot of things working in the background. Like, I'm really focusing on creating something with Mr. David Herrera. He's one of the strongest people alive who have ever been alive compared to his body weight. So we're going to do some series of video vlogs or whatever you call them, where we're going to talk about most common issues and how to address them to make your life easier. So if you have any questions about strength training or literally anything related to health, fitness, leave the comment below, and I'll speak to you next week.